Hello, Slick Slices here. I was told recently that I do too many Taylor's Eyewitness Barlows, so for a change, I'm going to do a Taylor's Eyewitness Stockman. Now, you saw this one a few weeks ago. This is one that I got that was really kind of new old stock. It was probably made about 3 years ago and had been sitting in stock. And it's very nice, it's very good, but it's not quite perfect. There are a few sort of very minor faults with it, and I probably would have been reluctant to pay full price for it, but I got it at a very decent price, so I got it. What I want to show you today, though, is another Taylor's Eyewitness Stockman, but this one is one that was made within the last few months by the same person. They're both made by Lee White at Taylor's Eyewitness. Now, I'll show you the Stockman just as a pattern first of all. Most of you will be aware that the Stockman is a 3-blade pocket knife with, they usually have the same 3 blades. One blade sometimes varies a little, but the main thing that they have is a clip main of a reasonable size. Then you have, I'll close these because I'll stab myself or cut myself again. This cut here was from this one. So I'll just close that up. It has a coping blade, and they're both on the same end, the coping blade and the clip. And then traditional Stockman has a spade blade on the remaining one. Now these Taylor's knives are generally, as these are, cam-tang knives, no half stops. But nice blades, all nice and sharp, all nice and shiny. The wood on this is desert ironwood, and there's a good grain in this one. It's not the most spectacular one I've got from them, but it's pretty nice. I mean, I don't know if there's a such thing as a bit of bad desert ironwood. If there is, I certainly haven't had it, and I certainly haven't had it from Lee. The other thing about this one is it's a work back knife, and now unlike the other one, the two sides of the work back kind of match up. Now they're all done by hand and they're done by eye, so it's not altogether surprising that there is some variance in these things. Perhaps there was a lot of variance in this one, perhaps probably more than I would have particularly liked. This one is better, but that's really the time doing these things. Now it's not a pattern he makes very often, and it's one that takes quite a long time, so they're quite expensive knives to make and to sell. So he does, and as a result, he doesn't make that many of them. Barlows sell like hotcakes, so he makes a lot more of those, and therefore his Barlows are probably better made. Blade positioning on these is critical as well, because they can easily have blade rub. And actually, I think the mother of pearl one was probably the better of the two in terms of blade positioning. The blade positioning between the difficult one is this coping blade, because you've got to make it bend over far enough to avoid the spade blade, but not so far as it marks the clip point. Plus, how one opens these things makes a bit of a difference as well, because you can press the one blade against another, and that creates a bit of blade rub, and that's sort of inevitable, and it happens with just about every Stockman knife, and I'm sure somebody will come along and tell me I'm completely wrong and theirs has never had blade rub, but I only have 4. The other 2 are from Case. All of them have had some element of blade rub, and mostly it's induced by me because of the way that I tend to open a knife, because I don't have any grip strength. So it's difficult for me to grip the blade, and I tend to push, and that pushes the one blade against the next. So the Case one, the same blades, and as I showed before, the case knife is a little bit bigger, a little bit longer than the the case knife is a little bit longer than the Taylor's Eyewitness knife. This is the full size or large Stockman. This is the mini Stockman. So this one has the same cutting edges but longer blades because it has longer tangs. I'll just show you that. Might as well show you it with the Desert Ironwood one while we're at it. So you see that the case looks as though it's much longer, but when you put them cutting edge to cutting edge, they're almost identical. The case is maybe a 1/16 of an inch longer, a couple of millimeters longer, but it's pretty close. And when you come to the other blades, you have the same issue. Case blades are slightly heavier as well, slightly thicker, but the lengths are pretty much identical, and it's the same with the spade blade. I quite like that case knife. I think it's a nice carry knife. Now, a lot of people say the Stockman's too heavy to carry. I just disagree. I quite like a chunky knife. It's just in my nature. By the way, no shields on the Taylor's Eyewitness knives, which I like. I mean, I like there being no shield. Shields are just not something that I find particularly attractive. And particularly if you've got a lovely piece of desert ironwood like that, or a lovely piece of mother of pearl, the idea of cutting a hole in it and sticking a little piece of nickel silver in just doesn't appeal to me at all. I don't know if I have much more really to say about it than that, but this is, as I say, the Taylor's Eyewitness Stockman in Desert Ironwood. So if you like this stuff, please give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more, then please remember to subscribe, and if you want to actually get notifications, remember to ring the notifications bell. Thank you, that's me done. See you again, bye.